Hey guys, on today's episode, I'm here with a Manchester United legend, Wes Brown.
This could be the end of it. As they lead. And Wes Brown.
We're going to be going to a match, we're going to be seeing some players and detailing his car, but the best part is he's going to be helping me.
What? Coffee in the mix now, let's do this.
Hey guys, today I'm here with Vredestein at Old Trafford, the iconic home of Manchester United. We're detailing club legend Wes Brown's car and exploring the history behind this incredible stadium. Bright and early before match day, I met Wes in a parking lot behind Sir Alex Ferguson's stand. Old Trafford in Greater Manchester has been home to Manchester United since 1910. With a capacity of over 74,000, it's the largest club football stadium in the United Kingdom. Known as the Theatre of Dreams, it's witnessed more than a century of football, from post-war rebuilding to the sustained success under Sir Alex Ferguson. Today, it stands as a record of the club's history, shaped by generations of players, supporters, and defining moments in the game, especially during Wes's time with United.
It's gone in. Wes Brown. Mistake from the keeper. Wes Brown has struck. Jason Brown, after making a wonderful save from Giggs, makes a mess of that.
The first thing we did was take a quick tour of Old Trafford itself. Now, to be in a stadium this big when it's totally empty is overwhelming, just to absorb how massive the building actually is. I visited the Manchester United Museum, the press box, the locker room. Again, this is wild to walk in the shoes of players for a very brief moment in time. I can't imagine what it's like to actually walk out of the tunnel with 74,000 screaming fans. It must be amazing. Anyways, I even got a chance to sit in the players' seats on the pitch as well. It was a once-in-a-lifetime moment, and I can't thank Wes enough. This is incredible. Unbelievable. Afterwards, we headed over to the practice facility in Carrington to meet up with a few players to talk about their car collections. Who wouldn't you let drive your Bentley? Who's the guy that you're like, nah, I'm not letting this guy drive. He's too crazy.
No, Aiden.
Aiden? Yeah. You wouldn't let him drive your car?
No, I think everyone will have more or less the same opinion in me.
Follow me on Instagram to hear what Bruno Fernandes, Joshua Zirkzee, Diogo Dalot, and Mateus Cunha have in their garages. Then it was on to my first ever Manchester United match later that day. Naturally, it was rainy and cold, Manchester afternoon as everybody told me, but no one really seemed to care. The rain was coming down and it was full on. Everyone was pumped for the match against Aston Villa. I stepped out into the stadium once again just a few hours later, but this time it was completely packed with fans. Absolutely surreal experience I'll never forget. After my first United match and huge win, I really started to grasp just how important this team is to its fans. And to be a part of that long-held legacy must have been a huge privilege. So to meet Wes and then to get the full experience of a game through his eyes was humbling. But at this point, it was now time to return the favor. Now keep in mind, Wes made 362 appearances for Manchester United between 1998 through 2011. After rising up through the club's academy, his debut was in 1998 at the ripe old age of 19 and developed into a reliable and fierce defender as a center back and a right back when needed. He was also part of a dominant United era, winning 5 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, and 2 UEFA Champions League trophies. And Wes was also part of the 1999 treble-winning squad, contributing to a side that defined an era at Old Trafford.
Incredible.
So it kind of goes without saying, he is a legend, and to be able to detail his car was quite a privilege for me. So while we were inspecting the car, I found it funny that he found something that he actually forgot in the glove box.
And this is a bit bizarre.
Wow. It looks like you.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like me. I'm not sure it does. Look like me?
It does. Same kind of thing in the trunk. Lots of interesting items. And based on this, I'm thinking of starting a new channel of just cleaning out celebrity cars and seeing what we find.
Sometimes I like to get hit.
Leave a comment below on which United player's car you want me to clean out next. Wes's daily driver is a 2025 Land Rover Discovery Sport in Santorini black metallic with roughly 8,500 kilometers, and it's been beaten up over the winter months in Manchester. It's got dirt, it's got grime, needles from his Christmas tree, and flowers from Mother's Day, and is in desperate need of a refresh before the next match. To do this properly, because I'm in the middle of a parking lot in Manchester and don't have any tools, I called my buddy George from Onyx Detailing and Sam from Drench Detailing to help supply the water, the power, the tools for our parking lot detail. Sam's truck is completely tricked out and insane. Make sure you see the behind the scenes episode to see the full truck, but proper detailing unit for sure. Keep in mind now, the temperature was in the high 40s Fahrenheit and it was crazy windy.
First thing I did was rinse everything down. You just want to get as much junk off as possible. Yep. Then this is kind of the fun part. This is the foam. So you spray this on, and because it's very windy, you also take a little bath in the same time.
Welcome to Manchester.
I know, right?
Hey, you might as well do it properly if you're going to do it.
Yeah. You got your shower for the day.
I can be part of the team.
Looks good.
Proper in the mix. Proper in the mix now. Let's do this.
With the paint soaking, I showed Wes how to safely clean both the outside of the rim and the inside of the rim with all the tools. And on a side note, huge credit to him. He really actually got into it for real, and it made it fun for me and the boys. It was kind of just like this surreal moment to clean a car, his car, with a Manchester United legend. Just a bucket list that I checked off there.
There we go.
Nice. Retired, what, 2017 you said?
19.
19?
Yeah.
When you come back here now, what does it feel like?
I love it. I love going to watch the game. I miss it. I miss playing. I miss my teammates. But I always have to come back and watch the games. I don't necessarily always have a ticket, but I am mostly doing something.
Like a press thing or something?
Yeah, or I've got guests who I take round. I sometimes do the TV, which is called MUTV. But I have to watch the game. So 16, I joined full time straight after school, and then at the age of 17, I was training with the first team. So the likes of Eric Cantona, Mark Hughes, David Beckham, Gary Neville, Andy Cole, Dwight York, Ryan Giggs. All these guys were overnight became my teammates, which is a bit bizarre. But I suppose if you ask any young sportsman, that's how it works. Yeah. You know, you just sort of get, whew.
Thrown in there, now
you're in. Let's see if you can handle it.
Obviously, they bump into the goal.
Right, so when you go to the Premier League, you're now in front of 74,000 people. Hopefully, you're getting paid really well. Whatever. What's the first car? What's the first thing you spent your money on?
Wasn't exactly the Colin McRae car, but I bought myself a Subaru Impreza.
Really?
Yeah, unbelievable. It was a lot to insure for my age, but my first car was a Subaru Impreza, yeah. Which, believe me, I had a good time in it.
I know, as a dream wannabe athlete, I always wanted to play in the NHL. I always ask every player, every celebrity I've ever worked with, what is it like on game day that people don't know? Like, do you get up at a certain time? Do you have to be somewhere? Do you eat? Do you take naps? What's your game day situation here?
Evening game, for instance, I'd always have a nap.
Right before the game?
No, maybe mid-afternoon, so 1 o'clock. If the game was at 8 p.m., 1 to 3, I try and...
So like a 2-hour nap?
Yeah, try.
And now before that, did you go to warm up and get loose? Or
So
do you do
you do 11 o'clock, it could be as simple as a walk with the team. You go on a 20-minute walk, or it could be a stretching, and then you eat, and then, like I said, a nap, and then we'll have pre-match meal 3.5 hours before. I was pasta, always pasta, and then you have another hour before you have to leave, relax, concentrate. It's more focus rather than excitement at the time. The excitement's when you're playing and you score and you do, for me, a good tackle, or a teammate scored. That's the excitement. But the concentration levels will have to be high, as you know. First ever game, obviously I was training with the team the day before, and one of my teammates said to me, "Wes, you going to play tomorrow?" And that's when it hit me. I was only 18 at the time, and I didn't sleep. And I remember getting to the game and I was so tired. And we've gone to the team meeting, as we call it, and the manager said I was sub. So I've looked at my friend who said I was playing, and he's like, he told me you was playing, but obviously I didn't start. So I was a little bit tired, but the adrenaline gets you through. Yeah. And then I came on as sub, which
That's
is
when they hold the thing. And
yeah, and I came on and I played really well, and it was probably the best feeling, but the most nerve-wracking feeling I've ever had, because it was you talk to yourself. I don't know if you ever did. So when it's your first, I'm going like, don't do anything wrong, but it's all quick in your mind. So you're going, okay, take a good touch, right? Just pass it. Don't do anything silly. Like, give it simple. Don't try this. So all these things are going through your mind, and that's the first time I was like, oh my God, wow. But then I got through it, and then obviously managed to stay for a long time. So
what was it, like 300? How many games?
362. Yeah.
So for our next step, we're going to rinse everything down, work in the interior, then we're going to polish it up, put a coating on there. It's going to look sick. And then we have a surprise for you later on. But I know you have some media things to do, so I'm going to let you go and do your thing. But
shouldn't take long. Okay?
Appreciate you.
I'll be back in 5.
All right, we'll see you in a bit.
In a minute.
With Wes off doing some MUTV post-match press and commentary for a few hours, George, Sam, and I got going on the Discovery and hoped the rain would miss us for the next few hours. After the wash, I dried, or at least I tried drying with Hydrate Paint Moisturizer, but the rain started coming down like really heavy, so we needed a plan B if we were going to polish and coat the paint. I can't do that in a downpour. So the next plan was we got special permission from Manchester United to move under Old Trafford out of the rain, which was awesome. I had to detail the car, to do it with a legend, then to move underneath inside the stadium. This is just a wild day. We re-dried the paint and started cleaning the interior with lather, brushes, and a towel. Now the brushes spread the cleaner and lift the oils to the surface, while the towel immediately comes in and picks it up before it dries. This is a highly effective and efficient way to quickly release body oils from the surface of your car. It takes 5 to 10 minutes and should be done 1 to every 2 weeks of driving, especially the steering wheel, to minimize bacteria transfers from your hand. While George and I were cleaning the leather and Sam was vacuuming up the interior, my mobile guy arrived to install the fresh Vredestein Quatrac Pro Pluses to finish the overall look and feel of Wes's SUV. The Quatrac Pro Plus has a unique tread pattern to maximize water and snow drainage for excellent braking and handling in wet weather conditions, so I know we're setting Wes up right for his Manchester daily driver. Check this out. This was a totally tricked out Sprinter van with a tire changer, a balancer, all in this one mobile unit. He can go anywhere and do anything with this truck. It was really, really tricked out. Look at the lights and the sirens. Really cool.
All right, so I just did a little test panel here. You can see it looks really, really good. So me and the boys are polishing the rest of the car while they're changing the tires. If you look over here, really swirled out. Before and after, massive. Wes is gonna love it.
While I was polishing the paint, I noticed that there was a few deeper scratches that luckily came out with the foam pad and polish, revealing the metallic paint hiding underneath all those swirls. The boys were doing the same thing on the other side as well. Now, all this was happening while the tires were actually getting swapped, so we had a lot going on before Wes came back from that Manchester United TV interview thing that he was doing, and to pick up his car and to go to the next event. So we had a limited time here underneath Old Trafford.
All right, at this point, we're getting the tires all done. The paint has been polished, and now that we're not in the rain, putting some reflex on. And we're gonna coat his car for him. First thing I wanna do is prime the pad with about that much. Then we're gonna work one panel at a time. So I'll do the entire hood, and then you're gonna see it sweat.
When you see the coating rainbow or sweat, then it's time to gently buff or level it into the paint. Look at the shine and the depth immediately after removal. Just crazy. This can be applied to both plastic trim, headlights, and taillights as well. For the wheels, I applied Gelée wheel coating, which is specifically formulated for the harsh environment of rims and brake dust, while Sam applied mud tire gel to the new Quatrac Pro Pluses. After the quick inspection, she was ready for Wes, who was on his way back, but I did want to pull her outside, and luckily it stopped raining, so I pulled it out into the parking lot just to get an extra look and to wipe everything down. Then I added the ammo sticker to the door frame and the back window, and she was ready for the reveal.
God, lads,
What do you think, man?
amazing, unbelievable. Look, I've never seen it this quick.
Just a couple of hours, right?
That's crazy.
Night and day, man.
Absolutely crazy, boys. I love it.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. Huge thank you to Manchester United and Vredestein for making this happen. Bucket list item for sure. Wes Brown, absolute sport. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you know where to find me, Larry at AMMONYC.com. Man, I've shown you how to detail.
Now it's my turn to show you how to kick a football.
Let's go.
Let's see. Larry. Hey, excellent, mate. I love that, mate. I love it.
As always, guys, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to see the other videos we shot on our Euro trip, including a tour of the Ital Design facility in Turin, Italy, and a behind-the-scenes video of the whole trip, including my full conversations with the players about what cars they own, what do they drive to the actual practice facility, and who on the team they would never let drive their cars. It's really funny. Be sure to check it out. Thanks again, and see you guys next time.